So to start out, you have to make a point on your midge flex. And the reason you'll see, at least for me, it works really well. I'll take that and I'll stick it on my hook approximately where I want it, and I'll grab it with my thumb, then I'll fold it down so that they go down. Then I'll trap it with my thread. Now I got it trapped, I stretch it, and when I end up, I want where I quit the cut to end where I want to quit the fly. And then you'll see it just folds back over really nice. So I'll just keep going here. Make sure you kind of keep it even in the middle. Now if you look, when that folds back, it just really folds back nice. Otherwise, if you don't do that, it kind of bunches up or folds up top ways.
What color is that midge?
This is that dark red brown, but you could use black or a brown. They were just had a real dark back on them, eh? So then next, I use a dark red brown midge flex. Now, depending on what size of hook you're using, you can split them in half. This is split in half. It just makes it a little wobblier, not quite so stiff. Come back up between a half and a third. Catch it. Then do your figure eight. Here, cut some of it off so it makes it a little easier. Now, whether they come forward or back, I don't think it makes any difference. Just as long as you got them fairly even. And then go back here. Now, the other thing was, in the spring, I just dubbed it. And I found it didn't take very long for the fish had tore that hook. The dubbing, pretty bad. It was getting pretty raggedy pretty fast. So now I use a dubbing loop. And it had a fairly fat body. It wasn't a slim body like most of your back swimmers. It had a fairly good body on it. Get the thread back up here to the front, and I hate fighting with the bobbin. So, I get rid of it. You don't have to. I just find it much easier, especially when I got that length of dubbing loop. So now I can, without fighting it, back over it again. And then I always wrap the thread around that a couple of times just to make sure I got it. Could have had just a tiny bit more. Tie it down pretty good. Okay, now I can fold it. When you fold it over, you can, first off I got to give it a haircut. I just get rid of all the straggly pieces here, or some of them now. Get rid of some more later. Just check and make sure that when you fold over, it's pretty even on both sides. I'm using a 6/0 thread here just so that it doesn't take quite so long to build up the head. And I tie them twice just to make sure. Now I'll finish giving it its haircut. There's a few strags out here.
Do you use head cement, Bob?
Pardon?
Head cement, do you use it?
Oh yeah, I put 2 coats of hard as nails on this fly. I won't tonight, I'll only put 1 because it takes a little while for them to dry. Because it's got to dry before I can put the eyes on. See, that's got a pretty good gap there now, so that should make it a pretty good hook instead of next thing is just coat it, and I coat the back too. It gives it a shinier back.
Do your nails at the same time, Bob, you save some time.
Pardon?
If you do your nails at the same time,
Well,
you save some time.
I was just scared you guys might laugh at me if I did them here.
Actually, Bob, you prefer it red?
Yeah, you're right. You want to see my toenails too?
No, I believe you use black on your
Yeah, and I'm liberal with this cement, or as hard as nails. So that's it, except for the eyes. But what I'll do is I will just put it in here for now and let it dry.